PepeFork, or the pork token, has seen a correction of 30% in the last few hours. Now, is this a potential opportunity to buy something up that's still in positive momentum, or has the trend changed? Let's look at on-chain analytics. Let's have a look at who's buying and who's selling. Let's have a look at how capital is flowing potentially from the original Pepe to now the PepeFork. What are relative valuations? What's the potential upside? Because that's what crypto is all about. It's about risk versus reward. It's about the current trend. It's about current attention. And currently things might be turning around for PepeFork. Have a look at that. We went from a bunch of zeros, 9031, to now a bunch of zeros, 62. So roughly 1/3 of a drop since the top. And I published a video here on YouTube when we were still less than half of the current price. So if you're following this YouTube channel, then chances are you are somewhat early next time. Feel free to subscribe. Now I want to show you data that only I have access to, that the masses do not have access to, and that's how much attention is there currently on PepeFork. Because I made pretty much one of the earliest videos on PepeFork here on YouTube. And so I've got insight. How much is PepeFork actually been searched? Most of the traffic on this video is search volume. And the video initially underperformed the average video. Now with the recent massive rally, it becomes somewhat of an average video, but still, this is not great attention for a cryptocurrency that went up that much. Now PepeFork caught my attention even less than 1 hour before it was launched. So I talked about this here on Premium, and I was first wondering if it was actually a honeypot. At that point the token had 1,700 holders and it grew by 300 holders in the subsequent 10 minutes. It was absolutely insane. We were discussing about this quite a bit. So the first cross here is when we talked about this in Premium. From that point to the top we went up by almost 20x. And from that point to the current price, we went up by 1,200%. Now the second vertical line is when we had first YouTube video on the token. Since then we are up a bit over 100%. So again, there's the offer to subscribe here or to even join Premium. TheBitcoinStrader.com is the link down below. Now let's have a look at Pepe, because PepeFork is obviously a fork from Pepe. So some investors might be moving their funds from Pepe to PepeFork. And it might make sense to compare the two, right? What's the current market caps of both? This is the original Pepe in the last week, and this does confirm our suspicion. Some money might have moved from Pepe to PepeFork. That's why we see the crash. Now have a look at the charts behind me. This is a tool that I've developed myself, again available to Premium. This shows what retail is doing versus what are the whales doing. So on the left side, we've got the number of wallets that hold the Pepe token that have at least $1,000 of Pepe in their wallet at current prices. So that's going down pretty constantly, and it crashed massively with the PepeFork launch. We go at 10x from that for the middle chart, so that's now $10,000 worth of the token. Same development, and even for the whales, that's now $100,000 worth of the token. The exact same thing. Not so many sales beforehand, but with the PepeFork launch, a lot of money went into pork. Now here are the exact same charts for the PepeFork token. A ton of accumulation that's now flattening out pretty constantly. For the larger wallets, that flattened out even earlier. For the whales, there's almost no growth anymore a few hours after the launch. So this is not good, right? It's not good that we don't see any additional accumulation here by either of those wallet cohorts. Retail doesn't buy anymore, whales aren't buying anymore. But let me show you what I think is the most important value in all of this. What's the most important data metric, and that's relative valuation. And this unfortunately does not look good for the pork token. So by that you can see I'm not a YouTuber that always shills a token, right? I try to look at things objectively. If things aren't pretty, I say this here. If I don't like something, I say it here openly. And the market cap of the original Pepe is 390 million. The market cap of PepeFork is 290 million already. PepeFork has 3/4 of the market cap of the original Pepe. If PepeFork was to go up by 30%, it flips the original Pepe, and that makes 0 sense given that attention on PepeFork is still very, very low. I don't have a crystal ball either, and this video might age like milk, but I think the PepeFork rally is ending here. I don't think it will go up much further from here, and I think this 30% correction is just the start. Looking forward to seeing you again. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. If you don't want to pay for Premium, there's also a free Telegram. Link is down below.